and the like. So let's get to it. First off, let's talk about what we were discussing yesterday in regards to some improvements over on Kick, shall we? So as many of you may know or maybe don't, on the Kick side of things of my streams, we have instituted a new bot. It is called Kickbot. Now, this bot is going to help with some moderation, but also it's going to help with things such as commands and the like. Frequently on Kick, I get asked questions like, hey, where do I find your schedule? Or how do I tip? Or, what kind of PC do you use? And I can't really answer those because Kick doesn't have any of that kind of automated stuff. So what I did is I implemented a bot similar to Nightbot that we've been using all along over on YouTube chat. Kickbot now has a series of commands that you can access and also will auto post up certain messages every 30 minutes or so that you will have common information available to you. And this morning, I decided to spend some money and upgrade Kickbot to the premium version. So this means now I have unlimited amounts of commands and I have new features and things available. So first off, if you're over on the Kick side, you may want to take a quick look there and check out the commands. If you look at the commands list, I think you just type !commands. It'll tell you all the commands that are available. And what I would like from the Kick viewers moving forward is some information like, what do you guys think I should do for commands and or auto messages, etc.? Like, what would you find most useful over there? Okay. I can't always be over there to pay attention and moderate and answer questions. I'm jumping between two chats as I stream now, so it's a little bit daunting. And, back on Friday, we had a massive amount of trolls. And I think this bot will now help with that a lot. It'll at least cut down on the massive amount of spam that we had when this kind of stuff happens, okay? Now, in addition to just the commands, the bot has all these features. For example, I can make the bot talk like a person, like a virtual personality. Like, it has things like Darth Vader, Harry Potter, and Donald Trump. I'm not kidding. So it has AI personalities, but the thing is, I don't really think I want to have the chat bombarded with a bunch of messages from an AI bot. That might be counterproductive to the streams, no? I guess we'll see. Moving forward, if we want to try it or not. Maybe on a day we're bored and we want to do something different, we'll mess around with it. But also, Kickbot has a premium service, which I have because I subscribe to the premium bot now, that allows you to actually process tips through it. So as you know, right now, if you're to tip me, you tip me via PayPal. And it's through the third-party site. You go through this page that I set up for it. And if you tip me, I get an email that gives me your message so I can read it out live, and then I manually play an animation for you. Well, this new tip method is through Kickbot. And what would happen is the bot would keep posting the link up. And if you tip, it actually could be automated where it'll play an animation automatically when you tip. However, it doesn't, at least from what I can see, it doesn't look like you can actually program in messaging. I can't speak today. It doesn't look like you can program in animations. So, for example, right now, if you guys were to tip, I play a custom animation that I've set up. For example, this one. See? So that's what I set up, custom to my setup or whatever, and it's nice. It looks like with this tipping method through Kick, it's all automatic. Like, you can't really set that stuff up. I think that sucks a little bit. The generic stuff loses a little bit of the personal touch. My animations frequently have me or my face in them and stuff like that. So I feel like it would be a little disappointing to do it that way, but at the same time, it's automated. So I wouldn't have to be constantly checking for tips. It would pop up, and then I could check a queue later and shout it out when I get a chance. But there's downsides too. Like, number one, I don't know if they take a cut. Like with PayPal takes a cut, but usually it's minimal. It's not a giant chunk of the contributions that are sent. And number two, with PayPal, tips are available immediately. While with this third-party service, I don't know. I think what they were saying is they'll only be able to have access to them once a month. So that would be a big thing, like tips wouldn't be immediately available. For now, I've set up a new tips command in Kick. So you can type exclamation point tip, and it'll tell you exactly where to go to tip me via PayPal. So hopefully at least this helps everyone who's on Kick to understand how you can support and how to do it easily, because that was always the question. Oh, I don't want to do a sub. I want to do a tip. How do I do it? Well, go to the description of my stream on Kick, and there's panels. You click on a panel. Everyone's like, what? It's too complicated. This way you could just use the tip command, just like you use on YouTube. And that's good. I could just say, hey, you just type exclamation point tip, right? And then boom, everyone could just do the same thing no matter what chat you're on. All right. So there you go. And hopefully that works. And by the way, I also set it up. You can only use commands every 30 seconds or so. That way you can't have people who type the same command in 700 times and they keep spamming it. Instead, it'll be limited, to every 30 seconds. So idiots don't try to flood the channel with crap. Because, of course, that's what they try to do, right? They try to go in there and be stupid. So, yeah. In fact, I'm going to add a cooldown right now to the generic ones, like the command. It's actually command. The command is command. I want to set a cooldown on that, too. Here we go. I set some cooldowns there. Hopefully that'll settle it so no one can really spam and be stupid, okay? So here's the deal. I mean, it took a long time for me to even work on this, right? Like, I've been streaming on Kick since October, and it really took me until this week to really start working on it. Now I finally have some time to do it. I need feedback from the Kick viewers, okay? I need to know what it is that you guys want. Would you like certain commands? Would you like certain auto messages every 30 minutes or so? What would you find helpful over there? Okay. Do you like how it's set up? Or do you have suggestions for improvement? I would love all of that because that's going to make things better for everyone. I want it to be an environment where everyone can chat safely, where we're not going to have issues, where people aren't going to be, spamming constantly. And that's what we've had recently on Kick. And that's why I kind of had to step it up because I want people to have a good time. You can't have a good time if you got people abusing the system, right? So hopefully this is good, and let me know, and let's keep tweaking it every day. Okay, and that is something that I'll be working on, okay? Now, I have a quick update in regards to the schedule. We're going to talk more about this later. So I told you guys that this week I need to take a night off to personally work on stuff, behind the scenes, like my taxes. I had done this last week. I need to do it again this week. Well, that hasn't changed, but I've decided to change the day I'm going to do it simply because we're having a heat wave. Yeah, tomorrow we're supposed to have full sun, no clouds, okay? It's going to be wild what we're going to have, basically. And from what I'm supposed to understand, we're supposed to be, like, unseasonably warm. And I was thinking about this. I was like, originally I had scheduled that I was going to have the night off tomorrow. And I thought that would be a good idea. I thought, we'll have Tuesday night off. I'll work on this stuff. And I was thinking about it. I was like, wait a minute. It's going to be very, very hot in this room because when it gets hot outside, when there's no clouds and the sun is out in the afternoon, this room heats up. The sun beats on the front wall and it just makes this room heat up by like 20 degrees. Now, I do have blackout curtains now, which I did not have previously. And I have two fans. I have the ceiling fan, which I pretty much have on every day, but I also have a tower fan that's really good that we were starting to use last year, but then we didn't need it once we hit the fall, okay? So I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I know what's going to happen. Tomorrow, this room is going to heat up a ton. And if I try to do my tax stuff tomorrow night, I don't think that's going to be a good idea. It's going to be so hot in here, and I'm going to be trying to do this tax stuff, and I'm going to be stuck over there, not even here in the nice comfortable chair streaming with you guys. I'll be stuck over at that shitty-ass chair over there in front of the desk, hunched over a spreadsheet, reading, all this data, trying to put it in. It's going to give me a problem. Like, seriously, like, I'm going to be, like, so... My brain's going to get fried. I mean, my brain was fried last week, and it was cool. So now imagine being in this room and it's super hot and I'm trying to do this stuff. I realized, yeah, it's probably a bad idea. Like, I probably shouldn't do that. What I should do is stream tomorrow night and then I should probably take Wednesday night off. It's supposed to cool down by about 10 plus degrees on Wednesday. It's still going to be warm, but not nearly as warm.